Hey everybody! I'm here today with a video about the Keurig K Supreme versus the Nespresso Vertuoline coffee makers. I'll be going over which one you should get. Now, I'm going to give you the basics of both of these machines. Now, truth be told, these are both my machines. I actually bought both of these with my own money. Actually, I bought this recently with my own money, and my sisters gave myself and my wife this as a gift for our engagement many years ago. So that's part of the story here. But I mean, they're both mine. None of them were given to me by any of the companies or anything like that. These are both mine. So the review that I'm going to be doing today is completely unbiased because I've used both of these. Now, this is significantly older than this. This is fairly new. I got it recently, and it also came out fairly recently from what I understand. Whereas this one, like I said, I've been married for many years now, going on 6 years at the time of making this video, plus a year before that engagement. So this machine is, roughly 7 years old, give or take, and this is fairly new, okay? But they both hold true to the test of time. In 7 years, this machine will still be great, and this machine 7 years later is great. So that's why I'm comparing the two, because these are the ones that I have available to me for comparison, okay? So I use both of these regularly. So this comparison is also gonna be pretty significant with regards to personal use, okay? So first and foremost, their functionality, okay? The Nespresso Vertuoline brews long coffee and espresso both. It's one of the unique machines that can do both of those features. Whereas the Keurig K Supreme only brews like longer drip coffee, okay? So if you want a machine that can give you both espresso and longer drip coffee, then the Vertuoline is for you, no questions asked. If you're only looking for a machine that can do longer drip coffee, you don't care so much for espresso, then you can look at both of these over here, okay? Now, with regards to ease of use, the Nespresso Vertuoline, if you take a look at the top right here, it essentially has one button, okay? So you open it up, you put your pod in there, okay? And it's got one button. You push the button and it brews whatever you put in there. The great thing is that it automatically will figure out whether you put an actual espresso pod or a longer drip coffee pod. So you just push one button and it does whatever you need it to do. So it's foolproof, okay? Whereas the Keurig K Supreme actually has many features in terms of you can choose the brew size, okay? It has an over ice feature, and it has a strong option that you can add on to any of the sizes that you choose. So you can choose to get an 8-ounce strong coffee or like a 12-ounce coffee without the strong feature enabled, right? So there's more options, but that also adds a layer of complexity with regards to making your coffee. Maybe you just want to push one button. You don't care so much. You're not a coffee aficionado. You just want your coffee. Push the button, you're good to go. Whereas with the Keurig K Supreme, it gives you more options, but it adds another layer of complexity of something you have to think about, really. So that's the difference. And I'm not here to tell you exactly which one is for you, because that's up to you. I'm telling you the differences, and then you can decide which one you should get. I'm answering the question for you by outlining the features, okay? Now, one big difference is the tank capacity. So you can see right here, I'll turn this to the side. You can see the tank capacity here, okay? I haven't actually measured the tank capacity, but you can judge yourself. Like I said, I don't want to say metrics because I didn't measure, but you can judge it for yourself, which one looks bigger, which one looks smaller. But, it's not a huge difference in terms of unless you're brewing 20 cups of coffee a day, it's not going to make or break it, whether one is a little bit bigger or small. They're very similar. And if you're just like me brewing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I only have 2 cups of coffee a day. I'm the only one that drinks coffee in my household. But even if you are brewing 5 cups between the people in your household every day, not going to make much of a difference. It really won't make or break it. What will make a difference for you, potentially, is whether or not you have to get your hands dirty. So I'll tell you why. When you make a coffee with the Keurig K Supreme, when you're done and you want to move on to a new pod, you pop it open. Oops, I should have moved that from the cabinet. You pop it open and you have to remove that pod with your hand, the K-cup with your hand, right? Which to me, it's not a big deal, but maybe you're a business professional dressed in a suit, dressed in a nice attire, and you don't want to get your hands dirty at all. This might affect your day, right? Whereas the Nespresso Vertuoline, when you're done with it, you open it up and it automatically sends the pod into the waste basket over here. You can see I have these pods over here in the waste basket, right? Really, really cool. And then when you're done, you just dump this out, right? You empty it out because there's an opening. And even over here, you can empty it out like that, right? And then you just rinse this off. You know, it's a little bit dirty because I didn't rinse it the last couple times. But I'm going to clean it now that I'm making this video and I see how dirty it is. Okay? Other than that, you know, with regards to the drip trays, same thing. You know, both have drip trays that work fine. The capacity of your drip tray is not going to make or break you. You know, it's essentially a matter of, do you want espresso and regular coffee, regular drip coffee? This is for you. If you only want drip coffee, you can consider both. You want the easiest possible coffee? This is for you. You want to choose your options? This is for you, okay? That's what, you know, if you don't want to get your hands dirty at all, this is for you. If you don't mind getting your hands dirty, you can consider this one. Now, the last thing I will say is that the Nespresso Vertuoline, when you make a long, regular sort of drip coffee with it, it spins, it does a spinning sound, and it creates this like frothy effect on the top of the coffee, which, you know, I like it, right? I enjoy it. But sometimes I just want a regular, non-frothy drip coffee that I can put in my mug and, you know, get more out of it. I want to do the biggest setting, let's say. Then this is it, right? So if you like sort of that luxurious taste of that frothiness on the coffee, this is for you. But it will, you can't not get that, right? You can't sort of avoid that frothiness, at least not to my knowledge. Whereas this is not going to give you that frothiness, but, you know, it's going to give you regular, good tasting drip coffee. Okay. The last thing, this takes Nespresso pods. This takes Keurig K cups. But with Nespresso pods, this is where I live. I mean, I can't speak for everywhere, but where I live, I have to get my Nespresso pods from the Nespresso store. Whereas my Keurig K cups, I get from the grocery store. So this, for me, requires me to go online or to the Nespresso store and do a separate sort of like thing with it, right? Whereas when I go to the grocery store, I just pick these up while I'm there. And you know, like I said, for some people that might be a deal breaker. For most people, it probably won't matter that much. But since I'm comparing the two, I figured that I would mention it. That's it. If you like this video, please be sure to give it a thumbs up. Let me know what you think down below as a comment. And of course, be sure to subscribe for more great videos just like this one. And that's all I have for you today. Thanks for watching.